Alright, hello, my wonderful students. This is part 2 of Foldable number 4. Alright, for this one we have two radical expressions again, and we have to isolate one in order to solve. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this one over here to the side because this would be easier to, to simplify instead of the other one. So we're going to add the square root of x plus 1 here. And so we'll do that here. And we're actually going to subtract 1 as well. So I'll subtract 1 here, subtract 1 here, and then I'll add the square root of x plus 1 there. So we're going to end up with the square root of 2x minus 1. This goes to 0 equal to, this goes to 0, and then square root of x plus 1. Alright, this is going to be pretty full because this one does have a lot of work, so we had to kind of keep things a little tight. Alright, that being said, we isolated this variable here, so now we're going to go ahead and raise it to the power of 2 here. We'll do the same thing here, raise it to the power of 2. Back to black. Alright, so this one is just going to go to x plus 1 because the 2 and the radical, the square root 2 and the 2 power will simplify, leaving us just with x plus 1. Remember, this is the principal root. And then we have this one here. We'll go ahead and do that side work over here. So we have our square root 2x minus 1, square root 2x minus 1. Square root of 2x times square root of 2x is just 2x. This would be negative square root 2x, negative square root 2x, and then positive 1. So this would, remember, we're going to combine the middles here. So we'll go back to black. This is going to be 2x minus 2 square root 2x plus 1. Now we're going to move these over to the side. This is going to be minus 2x minus 1, minus 2x, and then minus 1. Sorry, it's a minus 1, not a plus. This is just going to end up with negative 2 square root 2x is equal to, this goes to 0 and this goes to negative x, which is good. Now we're going to divide by negative 2 to both sides. We're going to be left over with the square root of 2x is equal to negative divided by negative is positive, so it's just going to be x over 2. Now we can go ahead and once again square both sides because we isolated this radical here, and we end up getting these simplify here, and it just goes to 2x. Then we get x squared. We're going to distribute it to both, so it's going to be x squared over 2 squared, which is 4. Now once again, like we did before, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply everything by 4 to get rid of it, the fraction here. And then you'll see right now 4 and then 4. We make it much easier to solve. So let's go back to black. So this is going to be 8x equal to, simplify out, x squared. Now we're going to go ahead and subtract 8x to both sides, and we're going to get 0 is equal to x squared minus 8x. We're going to go ahead and here, we're going to go here, change to green just so we don't do that. So we have 0 is equal to x squared minus 8x. Now we're going to factor this out. We get 0 is equal to x times x minus 8. And now we can go ahead and use our zero product property to show our two answers. So the first one is going to be x is equal to 0, because this has to be equal to 0 or this, or x minus 8 is equal to 0. Of course, we're going to add 8 to both sides, leaving us with x is equal to 8. Alright, now we have our two possible answers that we have to check for extraneous solutions for. So the first one, we're going to use 0. So we'll go back to our original equation, which is this one here. We'll go ahead and we'll do it in blue. So we're going to do check extraneous, extraneous solutions. Alright, so we have our original here. We have our square root of 2 times 0 minus our 0 plus 1 equals to 1. So we have 2 times 0 is going to be 0, so the square root of 0 is 0, which is also 0, minus the square root of 1, which is equal to minus 1 is equal to 1. So negative 1 does not equal 1, so we know that x equals 0 is extraneous. Alright, now we can go ahead and check our next one, which is our 8. We do that here. We have the square root of 2 times 8 minus the square root of 8 for the x, plus 1 is equal to 1. So let's find out. So 2 times 8 is 16 minus square root of 9, perfect squares, which is great. So we have 4 minus 3, which indeed equals 1. So 1 is indeed equal to 1. Big old check mark there. So we know that our x is equal to 8 is our solution.